New England Patriots fans, it's time to settle in because there's a lot to unpack about the current state of the team, the legacy of one of football's most iconic figures, and the playoff battles that are shaping the path to Super Bowl 60 right now. The air around New England is electric, a mix of anticipation and controversy. And it all starts with the figure who defined this franchise for nearly 2 decades, Bill Belichick. There are plenty of opinions about him, about his stoic demeanor, his infamous hoodie, his tense interactions with the media, and even the way his relationships with key figures in the organization ended. But none of that can overshadow the fact that Belichick transformed the Patriots from a struggling franchise into a dynasty that has become synonymous with winning from the very moment he arrived in Massachusetts. The imprint he left was unmistakable. The discipline he instilled, the systems he built, and the way he molded players into champions created a legacy that is simply unparalleled in the history of professional football. And yet, despite all this, the Hall of Fame snub in his first year of eligibility feels almost unfathomable. A decision that seems to ignore the magnitude of his career, simply because of a rough patch in the final seasons. The years 2021, 2022, and 2023 were challenging, yes, but they are a brief footnote when compared to the era from 2000 to 2019, when Belichick redefined the very meaning of excellence in football. Consider the numbers for a moment. 8 Super Bowl victories, the most ever achieved by a head coach in NFL history, 9 conference championships, 31 playoff wins, 300 regular season victories, and 333 total wins as a head coach, not including the 2 Super Bowls he captured as defensive coordinator with the New York Giants. The statistics alone tell the story of a career that is virtually unmatched. Yet somehow the Hall of Fame voters decided that he was not worthy of induction on the first ballot. The reasons given are almost laughable: his bluntness with the media, his refusal to conform to aired narratives, or personal biases that crept into the process. In reality, this decision undermines the credibility of an institution meant to honor the greatest minds and contributors to the sport. Belichick's impact is not limited to wins and losses. It is visible in every strategic evolution in football over the past 2 decades. From the meticulous preparation of players to the creation of schemes that confound opponents and set new standards of execution, no other coach in the history of the sport has approached this level of dominance and influence. Yet here we are, questioning the judgment of those entrusted with safeguarding the game's history. Much of the lingering controversy stems from past incidents like Spygate and the Flatigate, moments that have been dissected endlessly in media coverage and fan debates. Reports suggest that some voters, including former rival executives, entertain the idea of delaying Belichick's induction as a form of posthumous punishment for those events, effectively a 1-year penalty. But when you step back and examine this logic, it feels absurd. Every team in the NFL seeks competitive advantages, and every coach has found creative methods to win games. Yet decades of unmatched success are suddenly overshadowed by a few controversial decisions. Even those who floated these punitive ideas later attempted to walk them back, claiming memory lapses or insisting they never had strong opinions in the first place. One voter even admitted uncertainty over whether they cast a vote for Belichick, the very man who set the gold standard for coaching in the modern era. That kind of carelessness is insulting not only to Belichick, but to the integrity of the Hall of Fame itself, diminishing the significance of the honor and the accomplishments it exists to recognize. Belichick's fingerprints are everywhere in the NFL, on the evolution of strategy, the development of elite talent, and the establishment of a culture of winning that has made the Patriots a blueprint for organizational excellence. The reaction among fans, former players, and current stars has been swift and unmistakable. Even Tom Brady, whose partnership with Belichick is the stuff of legend, made it clear that if Belichick cannot be a first-ballot Hall of Famer, then the very criteria for head coaches entering the Hall are fundamentally flawed. The logic is undeniable. This is a coach whose achievements, records, and influence speak louder than any narrative bias or personal opinion. To see his induction delayed due to emotion, grudges, or petty rivalries is not only frustrating, but also disheartening for anyone who understands the true weight of his accomplishments. Conversations about fairness and recognition in football will continue because this kind of oversight cannot be ignored. Every record, every championship, every statistic screams first ballot induction. And yet the system allowed such a pivotal figure in the sport to be passed over. The disappointment is palpable. But it is also a reminder of how sometimes greatness is so immense that it challenges the very institutions designed to honor it, shifting from that controversy. There is cause for optimism as the Patriots gear up for Super Bowl 60. One player who has emerged as a focal point in these playoffs is Will Campbell. His journey has been anything but smooth. The early postseason matchups against the Los Angeles Chargers and Houston Texans highlighted his struggles in pass protection, with pressures allowed and sacks creating a significant concern for the team. However, in the subsequent game against the Denver Broncos, Campbell began to demonstrate growth. His technique, awareness, and decision-making started to improve, and his performance against elite pass rushers signaled that he could rise to the occasion when it mattered most. The statistics from that matchup were encouraging: 0 sacks allowed, only a handful of pressures, and a noticeable increase in pass blocking efficiency. While not flawless, it was a clear indication that Campbell's trajectory is moving in the right direction as the Patriots face DeMarcus Lawrence, one of the league's most relentless and technically gifted defenders. Campbell's ability to execute will be under intense scrutiny. Lawrence's recent playoff performance, with multiple tackles for loss, sacks, and pressures, highlights the level of challenge ahead. For Campbell, this is more than just a test of skill. It is a test of character, preparation, and composure under pressure, with the outcome having the potential to determine the course of the championship. The stakes are immense, and the Patriots' reliance on their offensive line, particularly Campbell, cannot be overstated. Protecting quarterback Drake May, who is dealing with a shoulder injury, is crucial to maintaining offensive rhythm and giving the quarterback the time necessary to make critical throws. Every snap becomes magnified in importance. Every block a pivotal moment that can influence the game's momentum. Campbell's performance is central to the team's strategy, ensuring that May has the space to read defenses, make accurate throws, and execute plays that could define the championship. The margin for error is razor-thin, and a single lapse could have cascading consequences for the Patriots' entire offensive scheme. Yet Campbell has shown flashes of the talent and resilience that earned him this opportunity, and the question now is whether he can sustain that level of performance when the stakes are highest, turning potential into consistent execution that contributes to a championship victory. At the same time, the legacy of Bill Belichick looms over the team. Even as the Hall of Fame controversy simmers, every player on the roster has been shaped by his philosophy of preparation, discipline, and strategic precision. The principles he instilled from studying film meticulously to understanding situational football remain embedded in the team's culture. Even without formal recognition in the Hall of Fame, Belichick's influence continues to guide New England, particularly in critical moments like the Super Bowl. For a player like Campbell, this philosophy provides both a roadmap and a benchmark, emphasizing that success is about more than physical ability. It is about mental toughness, anticipation, and the ability to rise to the occasion when the pressure is most intense. Every play, every adjustment, and every decision carries weight, reflecting the enduring imprint of a coach whose approach has defined a generation of football in New England. Meanwhile, Drake May's leadership is equally vital as the Patriots navigate these high-pressure matchups. Protecting the quarterback takes on heightened significance when the starter is managing an injury, and May's ability to execute complex offensive schemes depends directly on the performance of his blockers. The connection between quarterback and offensive line is magnified in championship settings, where every play is amplified and errors are punished immediately. The synergy between May and Campbell will be a decisive factor, demonstrating how preparation, execution, and trust intersect at the highest level of the sport. Facing a defensive force like DeMarcus Lawrence, whose playoff dominance has included multiple tackles for loss, sacks, and relentless pressures, the Patriots must combine strategic intelligence with flawless execution to succeed. The stakes are monumental, and the outcome will be shaped not only by talent but by the collective discipline and awareness instilled in the team over years of high-level coaching and preparation. At the core of this matchup is a story of resilience, adaptation, and the pursuit of excellence. Campbell's journey mirrors the broader narrative of the Patriots, a team accustomed to overcoming doubt and adversity to emerge stronger. The postseason provides a proving ground where individual growth and collective strategy intersect, and every snap, block, and read contributes to the larger mission of winning the championship. For Campbell, it is an opportunity to demonstrate that he can compete at the highest level and deliver under pressure. For the Patriots, it is a chance to reaffirm the culture of discipline, preparation, and excellence that has defined the franchise for decades. Each moment on the field becomes a reflection of this legacy, and Campbell's role in ensuring stability and protection for May will be crucial as New England pursues another Lombardi trophy. Super Bowl 60 represents the pinnacle of strategy, talent, and individual battles that define professional football. Campbell's development highlights the importance of adaptability and preparation, while May's leadership under duress exemplifies the quarterback's central role in orchestrating a complex offensive attack. The presence of a dominant defensive player like Lawrence underscores the challenge of facing elite opposition, forcing every player to operate at peak focus and precision. This is football at its highest level, where preparation meets opportunity, and where every detail, every adjustment, and every decision carries the potential to shape the outcome of the championship. The Patriots' success depends not only on individual performances, but on the seamless integration of skill, strategy, and execution. Neutralizing Lawrence, providing May with time to deliver accurate passes, and maintaining composure under pressure will ultimately determine whether New England can once again lift the Lombardi trophy. It is a narrative of perseverance, skill, and the relentless pursuit of greatness, encapsulating everything that has defined the Patriots' identity for decades. As the countdown to Super Bowl 60 intensifies, the narrative surrounding the New England Patriots becomes increasingly complex, blending the weight of history with the immediate pressures of championship football. The stakes have never been higher, and every play, every adjustment, and every decision carries the potential to redefine legacies. Will Campbell's development remains central, but the story extends far beyond a single player. It is about how a team, forged under the exacting standards of a coach like Bill Belichick, operates under the highest pressure, facing one of the league's most formidable defenses. The opposing team, with DeMarcus Lawrence leading the charge, has demonstrated an ability to disrupt even the most carefully prepared offenses, turning ordinary plays into game-changing moments. For the Patriots, the challenge is not only to neutralize a dominant pass rusher, but also to execute with precision across every facet of the game, from the offensive line to the quarterback, to the timing of receivers and the situational awareness of every skilled player. The margin for error is practically non-existent, and the consequences of a single lapse could echo throughout the game. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. What began as a whisper inside league corridors has rapidly grown into one of the most intriguing storylines of the season. Around the NFL, executives, agents, and scouts are all circling the same question: are the New England Patriots and the Indianapolis Colts truly on the verge of a blockbuster trade that could reshape both franchises? The mere mention of Jonathan Kraft's name in connection with these talks has been enough to send shockwaves through the football world. Sources close to the situation suggest that conversations between the two organizations have intensified in recent hours, moving beyond casual check-ins and into something far more deliberate. While no official statement has been released, the confidence behind the rumors is unusual. Several insiders describe a sense that the framework of a deal is already in place, waiting only for final approvals and strategic timing. For the Patriots, such a move would signal a bold shift in philosophy. New England has long been known for patience and internal development, but the current chatter implies a willingness to act aggressively, even at the risk of controversy. Kraft's alleged involvement has only fueled speculation that this is not a routine transaction, but a calculated gamble designed to accelerate a new competitive window. On the Colts side, the whispers point to a franchise carefully weighing its future. Indianapolis has valuable assets and a roster in transition, making them both an ideal partner and a dangerous opponent in trade negotiations. Some believe the Colts see this as an opportunity to gain long-term flexibility, while others think they may be targeting an immediate impact piece that could redefine their identity around the league. Reactions range from disbelief to admiration. Rival teams are reportedly monitoring the situation closely, aware that a deal of this magnitude could trigger a chain reaction. Until pens touch paper, everything remains unofficial, but the tone of the conversation has changed. This no longer feels like idle speculation. It feels like the calm before a move that could dominate headlines and redefine expectations on both sides of the rivalry. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.